So, UFC Fight Night, Usman versus Buckley is in less than a day and a half, day and three quarters, blah blah blah, whatever, right? And this one is kind of a weird one for me, right? Because I don't completely hate the card, right? Because the fighters on there that you care about because you know them, and then the ones that you don't care about, you really don't care about, because either they haven't fought that much, or in my case, I just don't remember their fights that much. So I can't even lie. I'm gonna be hopscotching all over the place with this one, but I don't know. This one is kind of close to my heart because this isn't the worst card you're ever gonna see, right? It's not the worst card you're ever gonna see, but it's definitely not the best card you're ever gonna see either, because I think it's just right below where it should be, because it does have some things that you're like, okay, I can see where this could lead to some good chain events like down the line, depending on who wins, and then you have fights that you're just like, like I don't know. But let's get into it. Let me give my casual. By the way, I'm gonna be hopscotching over this one because some of these fights I really do not care about, but yeah, I guess we're gonna see. Think it's in this one. Alright, here we go. Starting off with this fight. Don't really care about it. Going eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Go with her because she's a little bit cuter. Oh, blah, blah, blah. That rhymed, I guess. I don't know. Fuck it, bro. Let me do this. Let me just put, let me just make sure I'm keeping track to make sure I know who I picked. This fight, again, not a crazy fight. We know that freaking Phil, he kind of like whenever someone tries to impose their will on him too much, he kind of shies away. So I'm in this one. I'm gonna go with Angie, however you say his name. Not the best one. He's gonna throw some wild ones, but if he connects, he could put him out. And I think he's gonna get this one done over Phil. Phil kind of shies away sometimes whenever you get in his face too much. We're hopping over the ones that I really don't care about. Not that I don't care about, that I don't know too much about. Like I said, I'm in my casual spot right now. Ricky Simone, coming off of a win, I think Ricky's gonna win this one. I think. Wait, what's his name fight last? Who did he fight last? I think he fought City, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry, City was not the worst person to lose to, but I think we saw Cameron get a little bit gun shy in that fight. Let's be honest, he did not try to put it on at all. He kind of shied away from that one. I was really disappointed because I was expecting him to kind of fire, you know, but I want Cameron to do good. A little bit of a young buck trying to come up in the world, and that he needed that fight really to like put himself up there. I don't know. Like get I don't know. I don't know. I really wanted him to like show me something better because he did get gun shy. And let's be honest, right? Ricky's gonna go out there and try to put it on him. He's really gonna try to put it on him. And I think this is one of those fights that it's there's no real in between. It's either it's gonna be a complete snooze fest because both the guys cancel each other out very well, or it's gonna be like an absolute nice one. And I think Ricky's gonna go in there and he's gonna impose his will, and I think Cameron's gonna get a little bit gun shy again. But I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out because so for this one, I'm going Ricky Simone. I think Cameron's gonna get a little bit gun shy on that one. Freaking Cody, right? Um, I don't want to hold this fight against Cody, right? Because he's coming off of a loss to Joshua Van, I believe, and we all see what Van's been doing, right? He's been making moves. I think he bought his mama house off of his one of his most recent fights. It's hard to come over a man on that kind of motivation who's young, sharp, and he's going in there to put it on people. And Joshua Van has been looking immaculate recently. Jose, don't really know that much. I don't remember that much off of his don't remember that much off of his fights, but he doesn't have a terrible record. He could still come back from whatever this record from his one loss that he has. But I think experience wise, Cody's gonna go in there. Cody Durden's gonna go in there and he's gonna try to really put it on him. I think just over lack of I mean, let's be honest. If you're in the UFC, you don't have any fear at that point when it comes. Not that you don't have any fear, but you don't have crippling fear unless you're he whose name shall not be said. You know, go in there looking like a freaking like what did Guru call him? C3PO or whatever, right? But yeah, I don't think if you've I don't know. I'm definitely going with Cody for this one though. I think he's just gonna go in there with a little bit more experience and he has a little bit of a thing to prove that, I'm not out of this one. Put him up. I'm not out of this one, because he just got a little bit outclassed by Joshua Van in his last loss. So I'm going with Cody for this one. I don't want to hold that fight over him. Joshua Van's on a mission right now. I don't want to keep that one holding him down. Our next fight. There's no in between this one. Malcolm. However, why is there an L there, bro? Remove that, Malcolm. Remove this. Why the frick is your? Why was your mom trying to be all special? Oh, my friend's name is Malcolm. Malcolm. Like, why is that there? Remove it, man. Remove the L. Remove the freaking L. Doesn't matter how good of your father are. Remove the L. And you know what the craziest thing is? If you guys knew my name, Mari says not my name. If you guys knew my name, you would be like, you fucking hypocrite. If you knew my name, you fucking hypocrite. But yeah, there's no in between this one. Chris is gonna get outschooled. He's gonna get outclassed. Chris is gonna go in there and try to like, I don't know. Malcolm's gonna, he's gonna knock him out. I really feel this one. I'm calling second round KO. Chris, every time someone like I said, I don't know if I said this or if it was in my other recording, I said this. The theme for this one, right? It's gonna be like, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. So I don't think there's in between. I don't think there's an in between for this one. I think Malcolm's just gonna go in there and he's gonna knock him out because I don't think there's gonna be that much wrestling in this one. And Chris is gonna try to strike with him at first, but I don't think he's gonna. I think he's just gonna get outclassed. Malcolm's just too fast. I think too fast, and we all see that Chris he kind of slows down after a period of time. He really does slow down after like, yeah, he really does slow down after if you push the pace with him too much. And I think Malcolm's just gonna be able to get him out there in the second round KO. That's what I'm guessing. All right, Michael Chiesa. Bro, like Chiesa, yeah, I know how his name is said. Both guys are coming off of a win, but I think Michael has a little bit more to prove per se. And let's be honest, right? Court McGee, he's gonna slow down. I think it's only a 3 round fight, but as soon as you start to push the pace a little bit with him and impose your will, and we all know that's what Michael Chiesa is gonna go in there to do. He's gonna try to get him up against the cage and land some bombs, and we've all seen Court. He kind of crumbles whenever guys impose their will on him, and I think on Michael Chiesa, I think he's on a little bit of a streak now, man. He's gonna want to go in there and like show people that, yo, listen, man. I still got it, even though he's on a not a tear right now, but he's bringing himself up there. He's not far off. If he can rack up a couple more, he'll be right up there. So I'm gonna go with Michael Chiesa this time, for no particular reason. I'm just gonna run over these ones to get to the fights that I care about. Paul Craig. Let's be honest, right? There's no in between in this one either. Paul Craig is either, this should be called the card of the issue. Paul Craig is either gonna like strangle freaking Rodolfo, or he's gonna get knocked the fuck out, because Rodolfo's gonna go in there and try to throw some wild heat, and Paul Craig is gonna go in there and try to like get a freaking takedown, try to strangle him. There's no in between in this one, but I'm gonna go with Rodolfo. I don't think he's gonna. I think people are catching on to Paul Craig's game. You know, I don't think they're gonna want to engage with him too much, and the guys that are brave enough to engage with him are gonna be the ones that are gonna like really want to hit some hard ground and pound. So for this one, I'm going with Rodolfo. I don't think Craig is gonna get this one up. Yeah, man. I don't know why is the thing freaking it didn't even show if they had a winner or a lost one. But yeah, I'm going against the Scottishman or whatever the fuck you want to call him, Paul Craig. For this one. This fight, another fight that I don't really know too much about. I actually, I mean, Alonzo, I know a little bit more about. I don't remember too many of Omar's fights, so I'm gonna go with what I know, and I'm gonna go with Alonzo. Like I said, this is a casual card for me. I don't know a decent amount of fighters on here. Don't judge me. Fuck off. I'm just getting back into MMA shit, right? Another Cody. I think both these guys are coming off of wins, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go with. Fuck, it looks like I feel like I'm only picking red for this. I don't know. I'm trying to do some MMA math in my brain right now. I'm gonna go with Abdul because he has a little bit more momentum behind him at the moment when it comes to like undefeated so far. A little bit dominant, honestly. He's not bad, but a little bit. Yeah, I think he might get a knockout in this one, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I think freaking Cody's a little Cody Brundage is a little bit too slow. We've seen him slow down a little bit sometimes tonight, and Abdul he's pretty fast, man. He's pretty fast. There's nothing. This one's a pretty cut and dry one. I think Abdul is just gonna get it over on him. This is a fight that I kind of care about, right? Because we all know Cody Garbrandt. We all love him, right? And he's coming off of a loss, and I think he's getting to the point. I think it's where the UFC in general is getting to a point right now where I don't. He's not old guard, but he's not new guard either. He's established guard. Let's put it at that, right? And I think he's getting to a. I think he's falling back in the pack right now. I don't remember who he lost to last time, right? But I don't even want to see, honestly. In my mind, undefeated at the moment. I don't love either Cody Garbrandt. I don't love him, but he has put on some pretty entertaining fights for us, and just for like not recency bias, what's it called, nostalgia effect, right? I want him to win. I want some of the old guard to stick around just to keep some names going, because right now we're lacking some narrative, and nostalgia is what's keeping a lot of us watching the UFC right now, especially with some of the bullshit that's going on with John Jones and Aspinall and that, right? So I think nostalgia is what's keeping a lot of us around at the moment. But yeah, I think that's the theme of this card is nostalgia, man. This is a nostalgia card. You just want to see some of the old ones win, you know. So I'm going with freaking Cody. I'm keeping the pace going for this one, even though I went against Paul Craig, but still, I'm being a hypocrite. But whatever. Next fight. I'm going with Edmund. Edmund. Yeah, I know why I'm saying however you pronounce his name, Edmund. I'm going with Edmund for this one. Again, for no particular reason. There's no stat that sticks out to me here. One's 14 and 5, one's freaking 13 and 4. So they basically have like identical records. I'm going with the one that I know more about, and it's Edmund. Andre, I don't remember too many of his fights. Again, I haven't been paying attention. He hasn't been doing much for me to pay attention to him, even though I should be because I do like the sport. I just don't have bad memory. So I'm going with Edmund for this one just because of, I guess, he's the one that's more fresh in my memory. Again, why does she look like this, bro? Why did they do this picture, bro? How do you zoom in on this? Well, shit, never mind. I'm not doing that. Why did they choose this picture for her though? They made her look like a T dude right here, bro. Pause. I don't want to be mean or anything. But they kind of made her look like a T dude right here, man. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, for this fight, I'm gonna be going with Rose. I know Rose is coming off of a loss, but just for the fact, that I want to see Rose do good, and I think we're getting to a point now where a lot of the old guard, especially on this card, they're getting up to they're within their final three and their last fight. You know, and I think Rose is one of them. We have Cody Garbrandt, we have Usman. There's a lot of fighters on here that are in that range where they're like, okay, if I don't win this, it might be pretty close to the end for me. You know, and I feel like Rose is getting in that point too, coming off of a loss, and yeah, I think Rose is gonna be able to get. I think she has a point to prove, right? And let's be honest, right? Miranda. She's never been. I think Rose is gonna outgrid her. I think she's gonna get hit, and she's gonna be like, okay, I'm getting hit really hard. I think Rose is a little bit too fast for her, and Yeah, Roses, she has slick takedowns. This might even end up being like, I don't think it's gonna be a submission. I don't think it's gonna be a submission. I think it might be a TKO, like a stoppage, or just like a flush knockout. But I don't think Rose is knocking anyone else out either. Let's be honest. So, but for the heart, I'm going with Rose for this one. And now the main reason I'm watching the freaking card. I want to show you guys something before you make your final prediction on this one. All right, let's do this. I want you guys to watch this and then tell me what you think the energy is going into this one, right? I need you to watch this and just tell me what you think the energy is going into this one. So let's go here. Let me go to my history. Mute that shit. So I want you guys to watch this, all right? And tell me what you think about this, because this right here kind of is explaining to me everything that I need to know at the moment about how this fight's gonna go. Just watch this and I'll pause and give my interjections in between a little bit. Okay? I feel going up against the new gym. Feel good? Right there. Just out. I don't want to say out alpha. I don't really like the word alpha, but just out confidence in him. You know, like out aura in him, right? Look at Usman. How do you feel? How do you feel about fighting the new gen? Haven't fought you yet. We're about to see. And Usman's looking big too. I didn't think the size difference would be. He's not looking crazy big, but he is a little bit big. I was expecting Buckley to like be a little bit wider compared to Usman, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like because I haven't seen Usman fight in a minute. But Usman has been looking like, we gotta remember Usman's coming off of a 3 fight loss, right? He's coming off 3 losses in a row, and his last fight against Hamzat, keep in mind, was only 3 rounds, and he didn't look terrible. I mean, with all considering being against Hamzat, he did not look terrible at all. People are being like, "Oh yeah, Usman's too old. He's washed." I don't think so. I really don't think he's that far gone. We know the issue with his knees, but we all saw how those first 2 rounds went, and that's how Hamzat goes in every first round, right? Just immediately double leg, shoot, try to take the back, and that's exactly what he did against Usman. And Usman, let's be honest, Usman with his bad knees, he's not stuffing Hamzat's takedowns. He's not. And I don't know if I have it in my mind. I don't know if Usman. I think Usman could knock out a Dracus Duplessis. I don't think Dracus is gonna go out there and fully shoot a takedown on Usman. So I think if Usman can get there, he could beat Dracus, right? I really do think so. But Buckley is not gonna just step aside. And Usman, I'm kind of skipping around here. Regarding his fight against Hamzat, he didn't look bad. I think if that was a 5 round fight, Usman would have won that fight. I really do think so. Because the first 2 rounds, that's how Hamza comes out against everybody. But in that third round, like a quarter way into the third round, Usman started, when he got back up from that takedown, he was really starting to like put it on freaking Hamzat. If that was a 5 round fight, I think Usman wins because he had Hamzat backing up, had him up against the cage, was hitting some hard straights, like he had Hamzat double guessing himself. And if Hamzat didn't do as dominant, and if Hamzat wasn't as dominant as he was in those first 2 rounds, it would have been rough. It kind of, I don't know, man. It would have been rough. So I'm gonna go, but yeah, let's finish the freaking video. I'm talking a lot. This so real, God. This nigga with Usman, boy. Right there. I really think Usman won the battle right there, because he's looking at him like, yeah, you think you're with Usman? You're not with Usman yet, bro. Putting the shades on. I think Usman broke Buckley right there, bro. I really think so. Look at the size. Look at Usman. Usman's like, yeah, you think you've seen me yet? Wait. Putting the shades on. And you can see like, I don't know, man. Buckley's giving off sun vibes right now. Sun vibes. And Usman's giving off like, I'm just giving enough energy not to like escalate things. That's what I'm getting from Usman. I mean I don't know why I thought the clip was a little bit longer, but yeah. So I guess you can see I have Usman's one of my favorite fighters. I'm going with Usman for this one, honestly. And I don't know. Buckley was just giving off a little bit too much sun vibes. Bro, stop offering me your fucking cookies, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. But yeah, Uzman, Buckley was just giving off a little bit too much Sun vibes, so I'm gonna go with Usman for this one. And Usman didn't look that bad in his last fight against Hamzat. He lost the fight against freaking. I can't believe Usman lost against freaking Leon again in the other time. Like that was just diabolical losing to Leon like that. But and then to see what happened to Leon after, that's a bad loss for Usman. He should have whooped him, but we keep it pushing, bro. Let's see if Usman can go in there and like kind of like stand up with Buckley, bro. I'm really hoping Usman gets this one done because we all know Buckley's the new guard, right? And I this one's a kind of a hard one for me to pick on because Buckley's entertaining as hell, and there's the thing that this sets up for him with him and Ian Gary going into the future. That's a good narrative pushing forward with him and Ian Gary, right? But also we have Usman that's like an OG. You know, you don't want Usman to go away. I think Usman's one of the last like like dominant OG champions left in there. That's like not a champ, you know, and is still in reach to get it. So I think if he drops out, it's not gonna look that good. So it's like old guard versus new guard, entertainment versus just nostalgia at this point. That's the theme of this card. Is nostalgia, really. Let's be honest. But yeah, man, that's my predictions for this one. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing a live stream for the card. I might be. I guess we're gonna find out. And yeah, man, I guess that's it. We're gonna find out. I'll see you guys in the next one.